Hey guys, Anfield here. So this will be another positional algorithm series video. I've got the E50M here and I am on Murovanka North. So what I wanted to go over was actually less about my position, although a little bit, but actually more about the position that some of my other medium allies take in this. Now the reason I want to discuss it is because those are basically the only two options you really have that are viable as a medium tank on this map. So just real quick, actually, I'm going to do the lineups. So as you can see here, they've got actually two tier 10 TDs, whereas our only TD is a tier 8. It is a Borsig, but still not quite the firepower of a Waffenträger or EU100. Now, this is what I wanted to discuss. So on this map, you've got two sides where a medium can go. You can go here and get on the back side of this hill, or you can go up here in A1, or sometimes you can sort of play this as well if you really wanted to, if you got a decent turret. Now as for myself, I like to play A1. And the reason for that is because you don't have to rely on people supporting you as much. People are almost always gonna go here on your team. So you at least have some meat in front of you. You can stay up here pretty much perma-camoed right until they're basically right next to you. So it's a really good spot. You don't have to rely on your allies as much, so I like it. However, the spot down here is also really viable, and you can actually do really well in it, get a lot of spawning damage, get some damage out. But also the problem is you have to rely on your allies. It can be highly suicidal if not played correctly. It's better in a platoon. If you have a platoon of mediums, you can take this really strongly. You do have to be careful because they do have 3 already, but I mean there could be worse, I suppose, artillery wise. In fact, actually I think this artillery range is more dangerous, mostly because the M53, 55. Although bad RDs are pains, but they don't have a lot of arcs, so you might be able to avoid a lot of those shots. Anyway, so for myself, I'm gonna go over here. Now it's a great position, and I'll show you how to use it correctly. I've used it in a position lab before, but I'll go over it again for those of you that haven't seen that. A lot of those position labs, unfortunately, a lot of the maps got changed, so oh well. Alright, so this is roughly how you should play this bush. You want to be far enough behind it that the bush is not even remotely transparent, and that the only enemy outline, or the only vision you're going to get of the enemy is actually their outline once they're spotted by your allies. You yourself, your spotting is going to be really poor, but that doesn't matter because you will have people that will be eventually over in this area here. They'll do the spotting for you. You don't have to do the spotting, although I have a Lorraine that can also do it, although I prefer the Lorraine over here, I suppose. But as for his safety, he's probably better over there, sort of. Right, so I'm just going to let it play for a little bit, and then this is what I want you to look at on the mini-map. This medium down here, he is in the exact position he needs to be. These mediums, why they're camping here, I don't know. I think eventually they do move up, but their support is way later than it should be, and in fact this would have gone a lot smoother for this medium if he had support, and I feel really bad for him because he's actually done really well for the team. He's in a great position. I'm not sure which medium it is. He's too far away for me to see. But anyway, so this guy here is actually, he's in a great position. You proxy spot all this, it gets lit by everything you have in the forest, and you can shoot. You never camp the forest. It's a terrible idea. You never want to camp this forest because basically it allows them to camp on this hill, send a scout in, and just kill everything. And I'll probably go over a replay that can demonstrate that later if I can find one. So I'm just going to let this run and basically talk about this position for a second. Yeah, so this position has shots, and you can just play perma-camoed. Doesn't really matter what tank you're in. They're not going to detect you until they're right on top of you. So it's this double bushed, really good spot. So basically at this point we've won both flanks. They have a light tank YOLOing in our base, but it's not exactly going to win the game because I can easily get back to reset. They've got one heavy left. Their one TD is obviously going to be back here because TDs are scumlords and will just camp and wait till their team's dead and then get shots and then complain about how noob team died. Yeah, don't. It's just, oh, look at that suspension. Anyway, so yeah, basically don't camp back here because the only time you're going to get shots is if their team is dead. Basically his draw distance is right about there-ish, I think. And so basically his allies are fighting up here, They're dead, and now that they're dead, now he finally has shots. So, and no one to spot for him. So, yeah. So there he is. Nice, is like a little campy spot. So he dies, already dies. IS3 is the last thing left, and will die. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and found it useful. This is the lineup again, so you guys can see. So that's pretty much it for mediums from Murovanka North. I don't know that 5-6 line is really a good idea. Too many opportunities to be shot from different angles, so I wouldn't really take too much use of that. Basically, the middle of the map is not so useful until you're actually one flank and are moving across, which case you can use the buildings as shield. But while both flanks are active, I wouldn't use them. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll stick around for other videos. Leave in the comment section below if this was helpful, or if you have any suggestions of what maps you would like to see. Thanks.